And just like that, we're back. Alright guys, as I said, in issue 7, we got these two. So we're going to jump straight into this. What is a shade? It is a very, very liquidy kind of ink, I guess. And you wash it over your model, and it gets into all the nooks and crannies and recesses and all that kind of fun jazz. Makes a bit of a mess, but as you can see, it makes the details pop out. And then you just go over it and again and clean everything up, and they really pop and stand out again. There are a couple of different ways of using this shade. Oops. This example here, I've just completely covered it in non-oil, and then I go back over, get all the nice flat areas and redo the color. That's just how I like to do things. Other times you can, hang on, I got another model here to give you a bit of an example. In other times, flyer. In other times, it's actually more handy not to cover the entire area because it's just too big, but to get into the recesses, as you can see I've done here, all down the corner there. Again, I've gone a bit over around all the rivets, but it makes things stand out a bit better, especially in the, you can see in the tail section here, boom, like everything stands out nice and clean, whereas underneath I haven't done anything, it's a bit boring. Anyway, getting past that, that's what a shade is. Gets in, makes things stand out. Liquid talent is also how I like to put it, because you can essentially just cover the entire model in it and walk away. I have done that in this dude. I've essentially just washed him in Agrax Earthshade and then just done some edge highlighting. That's it. That's all I've done with this dude. I have not done anything else. I haven't redone the silver. I've coloured in the tentacles in a couple of different colours, but they did not come with the Conquest stuff yet. This was just me experimenting because I wanted to make them stand out a bit better. But the armour, other than me highlighting it, I've not retouched again. Oh, yeah. I've just left it the way it is. And you can just do that, because in certain situations it makes it good, like this. Put him away. So, what do you need? Well, this crappy brush. This is the starter brush you got with issue 1. If at this point you are still using this, please go out to your local art shop and buy some better ones. Or even if you can get into a GW shop or your local hobby shop, get yourself some better brushes. This thing is crap. I hate it. I have stuck to my word, and as I'm painting these the Conquest way, I have only been using this brush. That is the tip of it. I can't not get it back to a point. It keeps flicking up. It's annoying. I prefer my brushes to be a point. Focus. Well, you can see the difference here. See? Point. No point. So, get yourself some better brushes, because at this point this is now a wash brush. I have a couple of different sizes I like to use depending on the model that I am painting. Big one, small one now. But yeah, so this dude, let's just, this is going to take a while, and I'm probably boring. I've not done one of these before. So, skin and things like that, I wouldn't use either colour. I would use something like a Garbo Crimson. This is different colors, guys. These are stuff you will go and have a good look at later on down the line. Reikland Flesh Shade, this is a great skin tone to put over when doing skin. And if you really want to make things look a bit bruised, bit of Druchii Violet, it's a nice purple color. But, you know, we're not doing that. We're just using these two. So, Agric Thirstshade, this whole dude's getting covered in it. Why? Because he's yuck. He's gross. Everything. With this gun thing, though, I'm going to hit it with a bit of Nun Oil, just in certain spots, and then put the Agric over the top, let it all wash and mix in, makes an interesting pattern effect. But with an Ultramarine, they keep their armor really nice and clean. They don't like it getting scratched, they don't like it getting dirty. The second they're not in combat, they're cleaning it, they're repairing it, they're making it stand out because they have to. Well, not that they have to, it's just part of who they are. They're Ultramarines, they have to be the best of the best of the best. But as you can see, all these little nooks and all these little crannies, they get filled in. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do both. I'm then going to show you how to clean it up, especially this dude, by painting all the colors again. And then that's it. We don't have to do anything. We haven't been given extra colors to really edge, highlight, and touch things up yet. But that stuff we'll do down the line. So, let's get cracking, shall we? I'm not going to use this brush because I want to do this quickly. I'm going to grab this, a bit of tissue. You can see I've been using it. Give these things a really good shake, guys. Crack it open. Now, keep it away from you. As far away as possible. You don't want to knock this thing over. Well, you will at some point. Doesn't matter how careful you are. Me. Oh, let's see. See this up in the corner here? This is where a water pot's supposed to go. I chuck it in. As you can see, I can't really tip it over. I can try it, but I'm not going to. But damp brush, guys, lick it, put it in a bit of water, brush it off if you need to. Oop, one fell over. We just load up the brush. Don't go too overboard, and slap it on. Yep, just slap it on. Don't worry about it. Just put it all on. It's supposed to be gross and disgusting. You just want to get it into the recesses. I just realized I missed a bit of tentacle. Doesn't matter. Get it all in. All over the chainmail, all over that gold. Get it in. If you see it starting to pull anywhere, my recommendation would be pull it. Yes, pull it. Pull the wash somewhere else. I'm just going to slap it all over for here. And as you can see, it gives this grimy effect. Because it's dirty. And I'm just going to go all over the model with it. Just push my brush into all the spots. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep this in focus. It's just a little tricky. I'm not used to doing this. But push it around, get it in everywhere. Like I said, just slap it on. Watch your fingers. The stuff gets everywhere. And keep going like that, guys, until you're happy. I'm going to finish this guy off and I'll be back in a sec. And there we go. And as you can see, for you it's been nothing. For me it was a couple of minutes. This has been a couple of minutes later. And as you can see, all that detail starts to pop out and it gets everywhere. And you can just see in here it's starting to pull up. So I'm just going to soak up the excess with my brush, wipe it off, and it's not pulling anymore. But yeah, in certain spots it's going to pull more than others. Just keep an eye on it as you go. But yeah, there you go. It's all washed and you can already see all that nice beautiful detail sticking out because it's gotten all underneath the it's gotten all nice and into the nooks and crannies and recesses, and gun's looking really gross and grimy. So there we go. He gets a really good bath and the stuff. And that's it. I'm going to put him aside. Just going to chuck him all the way over there. I'm going to wash my brush. Make sure that it's not in there. That's how I do it, guys. It's an old paintbrush. I'm not really fussed about keeping it too good. But we move on to our captainy, sergeant-y dude. And what are we going to do? Well, we're going to use a combination of non-oil on pretty much everything that's blue or silver. As you can see, it's going to be around the backpack and bits on the helmet and things like that. And all the gold, we're going to put some agrax on. I just feel like I should do it. I'm actually really tempted to do half and half on the Aquila, not Aquila, but the chest piece, and the face. The face is really cool. You can actually get really lazy with doing faces if you really want to. As you can already see, it's pretty much already highlighted. Like the high points they're a bit lighter than most. And once we wash it, it'll even pop out even more, and you can leave it there if you wanted to, but I don't recommend that. Always go a bit nuts. So I'm going to show you half and half. What I mean by half and half is I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. With this brush, it's going to be really tricky because it doesn't really have a good fine point on it. So you're probably going to be touching up a bit of armor anyway. But, and here's a really good spot to kind of give you an example of. We're going to take our brush, it's got no oil on it, and we're just going to run it into the recesses. It's not really coming up too hard on the camera, but I'm just going to do that. And under the knee, keep going round, and you can see even from a distance that detail's starting to pop out even more. And that's all we're going to do. Just going to go around the model, and we're just going to hit all those points here on the foot. Just go around and just get in all those little nooks and crannies and all the little joints in the power armor, and do around the feet. Sorry guys. Try and, like I said, keep this in focus. Just keep loading up your brush, a little bit at a time, and just do the details. But like I said, you're going to come back, you're going to clean up your spillages, your overbrush, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, the spots you put too much on. And in saying that, it's why I myself, just too lazy, paint the entire models in one color, and then I will not color, but I will shade the entire model, and then come back and clean up, make everything nice and neat. It also means you can be a bit messy. As you can see here, I'll let a bit of gold, but if I cover the whole thing in non-oil, I'm going to come back and hit it with Macragge blue anyway. Bang, I've just cleaned up. Means I can block in my colors a bit quicker. Let's get all the silver, make sure it gets all up in there. Cover that silver up. Nice. But yeah, that's the other way of doing it. You saw with him, I would hit everything that's not gold right now with non-oil, the whole thing. I would then wash my brush, hit everything nice and quick. I'm just painting that little section there because it's a bit more in shadow. Yes, I just did that. Don't worry, you don't have to. That bit's in shadow. I'm going to darken it down. I'm not going to retouch it up again later. It just gives a bit more pop. But yeah, I'm not the best teacher to be teaching how to do this, but people have asked. But anyway, I'd go around the entire model just hitting parts that look like they need it, especially arms. Go nuts with the hands because they're nice fingers and you can just come back in later. Bang, bang. Round to the back, like again. Oh, sorry guys. You just come do all those lines, down around. Get in there. Do that little bit there. With the jets, just paint the entire thing with... Oh, trying to do this through the camera. I don't know where I am. Oh. Just go around the whole thing, hit your silvers. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. This thing just darkens everything nicely down, whereas Agrax makes things a bit more browner, gives that bit of a warmer tone. With the gun, with the bolter, just don't worry about it, just slap it on as we did before. It's only black and silver, it's not really gonna hurt anything. I'm just gonna go over this bit of gold, make it a bit darker because again, it's a bolt gun. Even the armor is going to be nice, and pristine and clean, you know. Just gonna, sorry, hit it all like that. Yeah, as you can see the difference between the two legs, you can already start to see where all that definition is, whereas this one has none. So, you know, that's what we do. We do it across the whole thing. Even on the bolter right now, you can see it's settling in the recesses. It's making a lot of things nice and clearer, and then you can go in and just hit re-all back up again and stuff like that. So, in saying that, ooh, 20 minutes. Okay. Sorry guys, this is going to be a bit of a long one. Washed out the brush. Bit of Agrax. And just get it on there. Get it around. And like I said guys, you can always come back in with a crag blue, touch all the blue back up, but just make sure that this is nicely shaded. And here. So don't panic if you get it in places you don't want it to. You can just fix yourself back up again. Don't worry about it. It's all good, people. So there. I'm going to let all this dry. Come back. Show you what it looks like dry. It'll be really dark. It's not going to be much different than what you see here already. Except for it just won't be as thingo. But I'll also do a bit of skin with it. Just to show the definition pop out a bit more. And again guys, if you see it pulling up in somewhere, just take your brush and either move it on or soak it up and wipe it off on a bit of tissue. But there we go guys, so you can already see it. Everything's starting to pop out like you see on the leg now. Two legs versus each other. You can see where that detail is. So yeah, there we go. Actually, you know what guys? You don't need to see it dry. Oh, just be careful when you... It's not going to change much like that, but you see how the difference. That's with Agrax all over it. It's made that thing look grimy and messy and the way I reckon a Death Guard would be. After this, I just highlight everything else and make it stand out a little bit with a good edge highlight, but we'll cover that at a different time. And like I said with the Ultramarines guys, just hit where you need to, cover the whole thing, repaint it, or just fix up the little bits if you want to. But yeah, that's it. There's not really much else to shade. Just don't spill it. Use different brushes for it. Like I would definitely use one of my finer point. Oh, I should just use something like this. a small layer brush where it's got a really fine tip, I'd actually use one of these rather than one of my other brushes to get into the nice little nooks and crannies. And yeah, that's it, guys. There's nothing much else to talk about when it comes to washes. Slap it on, do it a bit in the recesses. It's up to you. It's how you want to do it. There's no wrong way. I mean, don't take your model and pour it all over. I mean, that'd just be a waste. That would be the wrong way. But yeah, guys, that's it. Nothing really else to speak about. Dragged on for 20... Oh, crap, I'm going to end this in 21 minutes. I'm sorry, guys, for dragging it out so long. But there you are. 2 different ways. Slapping it all on, doing the edges, and slapping it on. And it is nice and neat and clean. Guys, I promise I probably won't do a painting tutorial again. Promise. Anyway, guys, leave a comment. Say hi. I'll say hi back. And that's it. Have a good night. Bye, guys.